What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Doggy Diamonds. You are now listening to No Filter Podcast. No filter means honesty. If you're afraid of honesty, then this ain't the podcast for you. We gonna be honest today. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Doggy Diamonds. Another episode of Doggy Diamonds Don't Filter. We doing this live today on YouTube for everybody to see, because this was important to me. I have a lot of interviews to put out, but today something was really bothering me, so I decided to just go live and talk about something that's been going on in New York City for a little while now. I seen it from afar, and I was like, is this really happening? Is this really what's going on in the city? I can see everybody in the chat room. Salute to y'all. I just want to stay on topic. I want to stay on course. So shout out to y'all, but let me stay on course. I'm not going to really be interacting with y'all too much. I'm just going to keep talking. So I know sometimes people come in the chat room and they be like, you see us talking and you don't want to talk to it. It ain't nothing like that. I just want to stay on course and just really get into this. So New York City music has been on a decline for a while. The sound of New York City rap, the traditional New York City rap, and I'm not talking about the 90s, the musty basement rap where, you know, everything is a filtered beat and all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the hip hop sound. The hip hop scene is not what we know to be New York. What we've been hearing has been every other region of music. And when some of these guys grew up, they looked up to us, and it's a sound of music that they want to hear. So now the kids from Chicago, when they want to hear that New York music, they can't hear it. There's no place to go with. So now we gotta now the traditional New York sound is coming from upstate. I made a podcast about that. That probably went over people's heads, whatever. But it's coming from Rochester. It's coming from Buffalo. It's coming from Syracuse. It's coming from, you know, just the upstate regions. That's where the sound that we used to of New York, you know, the hard beats and the dope lyrics, that's coming from upstate. It's not coming from New York City. So a lot of people in New York is fronting like they lit and they live, and the music is trash. And ain't nobody admitting it. Everybody running around like it's good music, and it's not. It doesn't sound like New York music. And I'm not mad. Music evolves. It is what it is, but it's horrible. And I'm going to tell you why it's horrible, and I'm going to tell you who's responsible for it being horrible. So what's happening right now in New York City, it's become a way to get these kids for their money. It's a way to convert these kids into what they want these kids to be like. And when I say these kids, I mean these young guys, these new up-and-coming rappers. That's why you can see some of these kids, and they have mixtapes, and their mixtapes is dope. And then once they start getting on the scene a little bit, the sound of the music changes. It gets a little commercialized. It gets a little Southern. It gets a little Chicago sounding. Hey, it might even sound of the new West Coast sound, like the YG Mustard sound. This is what they doing to these kids. So what they're doing right now is they're finding ways to get money from these kids and being very disingenuous at it at the same time. So what I've been seeing lately was these kids they have no outlets, right? They have no outlets. They have, when they want to get interviewed, there's not too many platforms that they could get interviews on. So many of these platforms have become just, you know, it's not really interviews anymore. It's not really journalism anymore. So they just have myself, they have Vlad, they have This Is 50, they have a few platforms, but it's not that many platforms. And some of the other, you know, kids is doing their thing on YouTube. So it's not really that many platforms. So they're relying on their Instagrams. Fine. They relying on their Instagrams. They're paying for followers. They buying followers. They doing everything that they think that they need to do to be seen and heard. And I get it. They're spending a lot of money, but they have people telling them what they need to do and how they need to do it. And that is incorrect and it's not right. So right now the kids can have good music, and they go into these record labels around these people, and then they tell them straight up and down, oh, you don't have a big following. You don't have a following. Your numbers ain't up. You got to get your numbers up before We mess with you. So what are they doing? Now they're going on YouTube and they're buying YouTube views. So when you look at a video and you see 100,000 views or 20,000 views or 30,000 or 2 million views and like 6 comments, they pay for that. But they're not doing that because they want to do that. They're doing that because they're being told to do that. Then you go on their Instagram and what you see 24,000 followers. But then you go on the picture and it's like 4 comments. So out of 24,000 followers, only 4 people comment, 4 likes. It doesn't add up. It's not like YouTube. YouTube right now has an algorithm where you can have a lot of subscribers and you can have a lot of that, but they pushing certain things to the front. I'll explain that in another video one day. So if you're a YouTuber and you don't want to know why your video is not getting that much views, I'm going to explain that to y'all another day. But anyway, let me keep going. So they making these kids do things, which is money spent, but who has the plug to get them the followers? They do. Who has the plug to get them the YouTube views? They do. So all they doing is they just finding ways to take money from these kids, and these kids are spending their money, and there's no really return on investment. Let's get into the showcases real quick, because I'm going to go down the line of what they doing to them. And then you're going to realize why the music is the way it is, why the kids look the way they do, why they carry themselves the way they do. First and foremost, most of the people in charge in New York who has power positions are not from New York City. They're not native New Yorkers. They do not know anything about New York City culture. And when I talk about culture, culture means the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress, the way you eat, everything. They do not know. So when people like Exp0sed Sean Price was a minor league rapper, that was a slap in the face to us, because Sean Price, for one, is not a minor league rapper to us New Yorkers. He's not a mainstream, but minor league, to say he's minor league to somebody homegrown from Brooklyn who put in work in the street as a Decepticon, who put in work as one of the founding Brooklyn groups. Boot Camp Clip went from Ruck to Sean Price, rebranded itself. So to be disrespectful to him like that let us know where these corporate powers that be people, how they feel about our homegrown people that we watch climb from being overshadowed within his own group, because Rock is incredible. And I remember back in the days, we all loved Rock. Ruck was dope too, but Rock was just so incredible. So let me get off of that. So remember, a lot of people that you see them on the radio, you see them on these shows, just ask them, look at where they're from. They're not from New York. They're not from the 5 boroughs. They might still not even be from New York. They might live in Jersey. No disrespect to Jersey, but Jersey is and I feel bad for the true blue Jersey people, because y'all city has been invaded by all these imports moving to your city, acting like they're in New York, but they're from Jersey, but they live in Jersey, but they work in New York. So then now they're running to your city, invading your city, but not even dealing with the homegrown talent in Jersey. They're not even dealing with the talent in Jersey. So what they're doing now is these kids are paying to go on Worldstar, right? That's been going on since the inception of Worldstar. Cool. I have no issues or problems with that. Do what you got to do to be seen. I don't have no issues with that. If you want to pay to go on the website to just get, 40,000 hate comments, that's on you. If you feel like it's a badge of honor that you paid to get on Worldstar, and back in the days at one point you got fake views and you was happy to say that, that's on you. I'm not saying to you that's a good thing to do. I'm just saying whatever you do, that's what you do. So now, whenever you go on Worldstar Hip Hop and you see user submitted, that mean they paid. When you go on Worldstar and it says such and such, whatever submitted, that mean they paid. That's fine. This, whatever. Pay for your promote. That's promotion. Pay for it. So what these DJs and these promoters and these other artists are doing now they're preying on these kids. Now they're seeing user submitted or label submitted next to the name. They're finding the kid on Instagram and they're going on the Instagram and they comments. And it's well-known DJ saying, hey, I like what you're doing. I seen your video on Worldstar. I want to work with you. I want to work with you. So me, picture me coming out. Right? And I just want to be heard. I'm doing everything I got to do to be heard, saving my money, working, whatever I got to do. I ain't going to talk about nothing illegal, but I'm doing what I got to do to get money to be heard, to invest in myself. And then here comes a well-known person say, Doggy Diamonds, I want to work with you. I'm like, wow. You know, you tell your family, you can't believe it. Yo, such and such just hit me up and say they want to work with me. I can't believe it. Now, here's the catch. The DJ say, I want to work with you. So then now you're sending DMs to who you think is the DJ, but it's really his man or the people that run his page that's finding ways to finesse people out of their money. Now, let me tell you about the finesse. So they're saying, I want to work with you. So you hype. Such and such want to work with me. I can't believe it. This is the day I dreamed of. I dreamed of this. So they're saying, come to the club. Pop out to the club. I'm going to spin your record. Wow. I'm about to get spent in the club. I can't believe it. I made this song. Can't believe I made this song. They say, send me some songs so I could play in the club. And then you're saying, you should be saying to yourself, well, if you saw my video on Worldstar, that's the song that I'm pushing. What do you mean send you some songs? I want to push this song. Red flag should go up, but it don't go up. So then you send them songs and they say, nah, I'm not really feeling that. I'm not feeling this. We need more songs that's geared towards the strip club. We need more songs geared towards mainstream, what's going on right now. So you like, geared towards the strip club? I don't make strip club music. I don't make music like that. What they do? This DJ called for me. He want to work with me. So what they do now? They go right in the studio and start making this music and all this dancing, and they start doing stuff. They start getting funny hairstyles. They start dressing different to cater to this DJ and thinking they're going to get play because he said, you need to change your music. So you change your music, you change it, you change your music, you do a new video, you do all that. So now you go to the club, you pull up to the club. What you don't know, the DJ is telling you, I want you to pop out. He didn't tell you you had to pay to get in. He didn't tell you that you got to buy a bottle, you got to get bottle service. So you might be in Brooklyn, you might be in Queens, you might be in the Bronx. But he's spinning in Jersey. So now you got to get to Jersey. So now you got to gas, toll, you got to eat, you got to buy bottles, and you got to throw money on girls. Who benefits from that? You're thinking you're benefiting because you're getting your music played in a club. This is why you don't benefit. You change the style that don't fit you, that's not who you are. It costs you a lot of money. But all you did was pop out so he can show, the DJ can show the promoter, oh, I packed the house. Look at all the people that I bring in here. Look at all these kids throwing money. I did that. That's what they've been doing to these kids. Then the next thing they've been doing to these kids is, come have your single release party here. I got a club. And listen, there's people that's going to be mad at me for saying this, but I don't care. Two reasons why I don't care is because it's the truth. And reason number two, they can't whip my ass. So whatever. Everybody want the truth, but nobody want to be honest. And enough is enough. What these DJs and promoters are doing to these kids too, are they saying, Have your single release party here. Now, growing up in hip hop, a single release was Tribe Called Quest single release. When you get there, their name might have been up in the lights. Everybody was there for Tribe. Everybody was there for Tribe. You had other groups, you had celebrities, you had different people coming there for Tribe Called Quest. Let's not even say Tribe Called Quest. Let's say somebody more up to date, because some of y'all might be like, who the fuck is Tribe Called Quest? Let's say somebody more up to date. Let's say somebody like Jim Jones. Jim Jones single release party. So you go there. Everybody from Dipset is there. Everybody from Harlem is there. All his affiliates, all his crew. There's other artists there, but everybody's there to celebrate Jim Jones' single release. That's what they doing to these kids now. They telling these kids, come have your single release here. They making these kids virtual flyers with their face on it. There's no flyers in the street, because back in the days when they said Jim Jones single release, you go on the streets, there's flyers everywhere. On this day, Jim Jones is having a single release. You're seeing the flyers everywhere. There's no more flyers. So what they're doing, they're making virtual flyers for these kids. And you feel good. You see your face and you see your name on the flyer and you're like, damn, I'm about to have my single release. Single release is when your song is coming out, right? Because at one point, your song was coming out. It was going to be in the record stores. Now everything is digital, right? So single release means it's going to be on iTunes, Spotify, all the streaming services, Tidal, everything. Now they telling these kids, have your single release, and this song is going on SoundCloud. But what are they doing? They're telling 10 kids, 12 kids, 15 kids, and even grown-ass men. So when I say kids, I just want y'all to know I don't like what they doing to the young boys. That's what's happening with the music. This is what they doing to the young boys. The young boys are not allowed to be themselves because it's people making them be somebody else in accordance to what's going to help them. Not help the culture, not help the music. Most of these clubs are owned by foreign-born people. That's not being racist. That's not being nothing. That's just the facts. They're not owned by African Americans, black. Some of them not even owned by white people. They're owned by foreign people. This is a fact. So they don't care what happens. They don't care about no culture. They just want their money. And I get it. That's what they in it for. So they telling like 15 kids, come in here and do your single release. It's going to cost you $300 to do your single release here. So you're paying to do your single release. So you're saying, damn, I got a club. I'm about to go to the club and release my single. But you got to bring this amount of people and you got to get 2 bottles. Now the $40 bottle in the liquor store is going to cost you $200. The $40 bottle in the liquor store is going to cost you $200 when you get there. And this one bottle is only good for 4 of your guests. Right? But you got 20 people with you because this is a single release. I'm bringing my crowd. I'm bringing my crew. But that bottle only covers 4 people. So what y'all got to do now? How many bottles y'all got to get to cover this amount of people? So who does that help? That helps the club. That helps the bar because they let the ladies in free. So you can let the guys in free if they're getting bottle service and they're doing their single release. But you did that to like 15 kids. So now the whole club is packed with kids who think this is my single release party. But when you get in there, what they doing over there? Why they playing their records Why they filming them in my single release party? I thought this was my party. And if this is my party, how come I can't? Where's my special invited guest at? Where's my guest list? You don't get none of that. Because it's not your party. They finessing you. And this is what they've been doing to these kids. They've been finessing them out of their money, making them change their music, making them change their style, because Atlanta is doing this, Chicago is doing this region is doing this, and you know, New York, instead of being the innovators that we used to be, we became the saddle uppers of everywhere. We became the biggest clone copycats. Not me, but these other people in power positions have been the copycats. So sometimes when y'all see me interview people and you be like, who's this, who's that? There's somebody from the town that you don't know yet, but I think they on the cusp of greatness. That's why I created this series called The Next Wave. Now, there's no way that I would ever in my life go under one of these kids' Instagram pictures, videos, and say, yo, I like you. I like what you're doing. I want to interview you. Now, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but you know, I do interviews. You know, this is what I do for a living. You know, I do this a little bit. I do my podcast, but I do interviews. I'm not really into rhetoric. I don't claim to know everything about everything. That's why I don't go live every day. I don't get on here and emotionally talk to y'all. I don't fearmonger. I don't claim to know why it's raining every day and the 5G. I don't claim to do any of those things. I don't do that. I do interviews. I cover hip hop. That's what I do. You know, so it is other people who do other things and y'all into that and y'all like it. Cool. It is what it is. But I just stay in my lane and what I do. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a kid that's just looking for his shot, looking for his break, and I go under his comments and say to him, yo, I like what you do. You fire. I want to interview you. He might say, oh, wow, I've been waiting for a platform to just get my voice out, get my voice heard. Isn't that foul for me to say, I want to interview you? I like what you doing. But you got to pay me. Isn't that foul? To say, I like what you do. I want to work with you, but you got to pay me. Now, it's a difference when they hit me up and say, yo, Doggy Diamonds, I need an interview. I need an interview. Okay. I got to pay for office space. YouTube been playing with the bread. A lot of things ain't really, you know, I got expenses. So this is how I earn my living. This is what it's going to cost to get an interview. That's cool. But I'm not going to hit nobody up and tell them what I want to do for them and then make them pay me. That's almost equivalent to a chick saying, yo, I'm feeling you. You know, I want you to smash, but you gotta give me $400. And you like, what you mean you want me to smash, but I gotta pay you? Get out of here. This is what they doing to these kids. They telling these kids, I like you, I want to work with you, but you gotta pay me. I want to help you. And the only reason why I'm really talking about this right now, because I seen it from the outside, but I just got a taste of seeing it from the inside within the last few days. Artists been coming at my crew, my family, telling them what they want to do for them and they got to pay. I'm like, we don't need nobody, especially none of you bums who can't even do nothing. How you going to hit my man up and say, yo, I like what you do. I seen your video on Worldstar. I want to work with you. I want to help you. What's your budget? You said you want to help him. You said you want to work with him. Why are you asking him what's his budget? He never said he wanted to work with you. He never reached out to you. You reached out to him. And then you making these empty promises. Oh, if you send me $1,500 for a verse, and when I come up and do the Breakfast Club, I'm gonna bring you with me. First of all, you lying, because how many kids you told that to? Then you giving these kids these verses and they like, yo, I got a feature with such and such, but you did that to like for like 5 and 6 other kids. So now this is what I'm saying. This is what they doing. Then the other thing they doing is they're doing these showcases. Let's get into these showcases really quick. They get into these showcases And it's two ways that they finessing the kids with the showcases. One, they're telling them, yo, it's cash prizes. And two, they're telling them it's A&Rs here looking to sign artists. It's A&Rs for Atlantic. There's A&Rs for Def Jam. There's A&R. You're lying. You're lying. There is no A&Rs. There's almost no A&Rs, period. There's almost no A&Rs, period. A&R stands for artists and repertoire. That is the people who help develop the artists, who help put the projects together. A&Rs wear a lot of different hats. Who are the A&Rs of these record labels in 2019? Name them. Name the A&Rs. Who are the A&Rs? And if they're not in that club, then there is no A&Rs. Because I bet you can't name 5 of them. Name the A&R for Atlantic. Name the A&R for Def Jam. Name the A&R for these record labels. Who are they? Who are they? Because back in the days, we knew who all the A&Rs was. So when they say A&R from Loud Records is going to be there, you knew Matty C was going to be there, or Scott Free. You knew who the A&Rs was. Now these dudes is telling these kids A&Rs. But I want you to perform. This is a showcase. I want you to perform, but you got to sell 20 tickets at $20 a pop, and then you could perform. Cool. I don't really have an issue with that. You pay for promotion. I don't have a problem with that. Stop telling these kids they're going to win cash prizes, and then you rig the judging, and you put a ringer in of the people that you want to win. Or you're telling them A&Rs are in the building. And I've actually seen dudes, I didn't see it myself, but my man told me, and he showed me the dude Instagram page, where dude had on an Atlantic Records jacket and one thing, and then in another thing he had on. So now they're telling these kids that A&Rs is there, so you hype. So you telling people, yo, man, I'm about to go to do this show. It's going to be mad A&Rs. And they getting these kids for their money. But before you could perform, they're screening the songs. They're screening the kids' songs. So now these kids is performing cool. You might want to do this type of song, but now they're screening the song and saying, I don't think you should perform that night. So now when you go to the showcase, why do you think all the music sounds the same? Because the promoter, the show promoter, and the DJs told all the kids what they should be performing, and they want the same vibe. That's why when you go to these showcases, you say, damn, everybody doing the same dances. Everybody doing the same dances. Everybody moving the same movement. Why is this happening? Because it's a setup. This is what's going on in New York City. When the strip club culture invaded New York City, everybody wanted to be like Atlanta in New York. Everybody wanted to be like Atlanta in New York. So now, there is no lounges anymore. You go to a lounge, there's no performing in the lounges. There is no clubs. So you got to go to a strip club. A strip club is the only place where you can go as is. You could go with your fitted. You could go with your wife beater. You go with a tee. They don't care. Just come in, buy some bottles, and throw some money. They don't care. The club atmosphere, the show atmosphere, it's gone. There is no more New York City nightlife where you can go somewhere and just listen to some good music and vibe, unless you're in a lounge. And when you go to the lounge, that's slacks, shoes, hookah. I don't want to be around no hookah. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be around no hookah. And I don't even go to strip clubs, because at the end of it all I see is a bunch of dudes running around strutting like peacocks for other men, because there's no way in hell I'm gonna see some dude throw X amount of money on a woman's head, but you looking at me like, yeah, we doing it. You worried about me, or you worried about these chicks? Strip club is to go there to see the strippers. I work hard for my money. I have bills. There's no way. It will snow in Africa for 2 months straight before I take my hard-earned money that I work for every day and throw it on somebody because they shook their butt in front of me. Salute to women who do what they do for their bread, but it ain't for me. It ain't my thing. I work too hard for mine. And this bread be hard to come by these days. And everybody not balling, and everybody don't got it like that, and everybody fronting like they got it like that for the next man. I don't need to front for the next man because I'm very comfortable with who I am. I don't need to front for the next man. I don't need the next guy to look at me and say, yeah, you doing it. Nah, we not doing that. I don't care about what the next man think about me in no aspect of life. As long as you respect me, as long as you don't step in my box, as long as you don't, we cool. For those who go out there and you got it, do what you do. But getting back into the strip club scene, that changed the dynamics of the music. So now you might have some positive thoughts. You might have some negative thoughts. You might have something that's on your mind and you want to make this song that you think is going to relate to the masses. Because many of our lives are parallel. Many of us have come from the same struggle. We come from the same upbringing. We come from the same beginnings, the same communities. You know, many single parent home, no parent home, drug addicted parents, grandmothers raising us. That's many of our lives. Many of our lives are very, very intertwined. Based on our upbringing and how we came up. And that's just not a New York thing. That's a global thing, especially when it comes to our people. So you might want to make a song that you think, yo, this might really help people. You know what I'm saying? This might really help people. This might really, I got something positive I want to say. I want to make this song. And I think this is the one that's going to snap us out of this spell that we in, that's going to take us away from partying and BSing and drinking and drugging. I want to make this song. And what happens? You make the song and you take it to the DJ. And every DJ act like they're auditioning for what? Because these DJs are not on the radio, but it's 500 DJs and they don't even got turntables. They pause button dudes. They're pushing buttons. They don't even know nothing about DJing. They don't know nothing about DJing. That's why it's a million DJs. Anybody could be a DJ now. They don't have crates. They never had crates. They never had turntables. They don't know how to cut. They don't know how to scratch. They don't know how to blend. They don't know how to do nothing. Serato does everything for them. And they might as well just have two iPods or two phones and be a DJ. So everybody's a DJ. So we're in the club. They talking over every record. And they playing the hottest records. When have you known a DJ playing the hottest record at 10 p.m.? They don't do that. That's prime time. But what are these DJs doing? They going in. Soon as you go in, they playing the hottest record. So the house, the house DJ playing all the craziest records. But then the guest DJs coming in like, damn, he done played my whole set. I'm about to play all this again. So now you got this record and you want to go to the club, because I remember being in the club and hearing all types of records. It wasn't all one type of song. Shit, I remember being in the club and hearing Luke come on. And that's when the chicks got wild. I remember reggae coming on. And you was going to get you a little, groove on in the corner somewhere. I remember even slow music coming on. It might be some Jodeci come on. You might get a little slow two-step in the joint. But now it's all Atlanta sounding music, all drill music, and all this music that doesn't fit the New York traditional sound. And that is cool. The evolution of music is cool, but not when they're telling you this is what you have to do in order to get played and what I'm doing. See, if you did it because this is what you do, that's cool. But when they're making you do it, that's something different. So here it is. You got this record. This record is about uplifting of people, love all people. Let's take black people out of it. Let's not be love all people. Everybody come together and the music is banging. It got a good beat. And then you go there and you say, yo, I got this record. And they listen to it. Nah, it don't fit what I'm doing. But I remember being in the club and people dancing to Nas come on, people dance. I remember the early Jay-Z and people dance to it. Who is the DJ to dictate what the people gonna dance to? Who's the DJ to say, oh, this doesn't fit my format? What is your format? You're not in Atlanta. You're in Queens, New York. Why are you playing Future all day? Why are you playing trap and drill and all that? Who's our artist? Then the song come on from our artist and we like, who is he from? Oh, he's from Brooklyn. Sounding like that with the auto-tune. Now he's singing the whole song. There's no rap anymore. It's all singing. I'm confused about what's going on. And not that the kids want to do that. It's what these kids are being made to do. And they're being made to do it for money, to fit the format, to pad the club pocket, to pad the DJ's pocket, to pad the promoter's pocket. And I don't like it, and I'm tired of it. So I'm just warned, and if it don't fit, hey, if it don't apply, let it fly. If you're not one of them DJs, cool. But if you one of them DJs, we gonna start calling y'all out on it. Yo, what we gonna start doing, yo, he is a finesser. Don't nobody rock with him. Yo, he's gonna holler at y'all a bunch of disingenuous stuff, empty promises, and he can't help you, but he wants your money. If you pay me for an interview, your interview's gonna come out. How you paying for A&Rs and people there to sign you? Who getting signed out here? Who getting signed out? Who's getting signed in New York? So you mean to tell me you 1 in 20 or 30 artists performing this night, and you done paid all this money to get maybe like a 4-minute, 6-minute set? You paid all this money, right? You don't get none of the bar, but they want you there. And you going to perform, and they're telling you, it's a possibility you can get signed. Your mother came. Your aunts came. Your girlfriend came. Your baby mother. You found babysitters. Your baby mother dressed up. It's all to finesse you. And that's what happened to New York City. It became a cesspool of people trying to figure out how could we take money from people and not make do on the promise. And I'm going to change you to fit what's going on because that's what's going to work for you. But it really works for me. There is no places to chill at. There is no spots. I remember it used to just be parks where niggas, I was trying to keep it clean. It used to be places where dudes just go and just freestyle. It used to be places where dudes just go, just meet up. Yo, let's just meet up such and such. Let's freestyle. Let's get a big cypher going. There is none of that no more because they killed the culture of that. They killed the culture of really rapping, of really having lyrics. You think a dude could go on a cypher and be like, he gonna get booed. So what they start saying, I don't even know how to freestyle. I don't do that freestyle stuff. Or I don't rap for free. How did you get your skills? How do you sharpen your skills? You rap in front of your peers. Anybody can turn on auto-tune and do some fake singing and make the words rap. And now I'm an artist. That's what happened to New York City. So a lot of times when you say, yo, what's up with New York? Yo, it fell off. These kids want to do a certain type of music. These kids want to do certain things, but they're being told not to. They're being pushed in a certain direction by people who are out here finessing them for money. So a lot of times when you see these kids and you hear their music, ask them, is that what you really want to do? You ask them, who's their favorite rapper? They're going to say Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas. In the new age, they might say Lil Wayne. They might say Gucci. But Lil Wayne actually raps. Some of it is inaudible. Some of it ain't my speed. But it's times where he actually rapped. So if Tupac is your favorite rapper, if Jay-Z is your favorite, where is the influence lyrically and musically if that's your favorite? Because I used to say Pete Rock, and I still say this to this day, Pete Rock is my favorite producer. I could go right now and show you my Exp0sed and my 950. He was my favorite producer. Easy Mo B used to come to my crib almost every day. So when Easy Mo B come to my crib, he got an SB200 and 950. So that influence is so influential on me. I'm getting the same equipment and I'm tapping it out the way they doing it. A word, they using that hi-hat. Oh, that's the, I was about to say what the hi-hat was. I almost gave it up. But I know the hi-hat that they was using from listening. Oh, that's the such and such hi-hat. I'm going to do that. So if you're influenced by Biggie, Tupac, and Jay-Z, and you're just saying that because it sounds good, where is the influence in the music? If you're influenced by Biggie, Jay-Z, Tupac, and Nas, how you influenced by Nas and you ain't got no lyrics? Let's take Tupac out of it. Let's take Jay-Z out of it. Let's take Biggie out of it. When you say Nas, and not saying Tupac, Biggie, and Jay-Z don't have it, but when you say Nas, we talking about lyrics. How you influenced by Nas and you ain't got no lyrics? Get out of here. So, yo, with that, I'm Doggy Diamonds. I'm not going to stay on here too long. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Shout out to everybody on the replay. Shout out to everybody who subscribed. Shout out to everybody who hit that bell. Shout out to everybody who hit that like button. Shout out to everybody. I need y'all to share this. I need this. And I'm telling y'all, young guys out there, when these dudes call you and when they hit you, remember, they hit you. They hit you and say they want to work with you. You didn't hit them. If you hit them, you at their mercy. You got to go by whatever they need. But when they hit you, that means that they want to work with you. There is no way a chick can tell you, I like you, I'm feeling you. Come through, but bring some money. Nah, I don't pay for that. That's what it is. I'm Doggy Diamonds. Doggy Diamonds, no filter. Make sure everything is in the description box for you to subscribe on Instagram. My Instagram is in there. My Twitter is in there. Everything is in there. Doggy Diamonds in the description box. I just need y'all to go on the box. Doggy Diamonds No Filter Podcast is on iTunes, radio.com. If you don't have the radio.com app, you can download the app. It's free. Digital Soapbox Network is my network. We just did some more sign-ins to the network. If you like what I'm saying and you want to contribute and you want to send me a donation, the Cash App is in there. The PayPal is in there. I don't care if it's $1, $2, whatever you want to do. If you want to get your banner on these live streams, I'm going to go live a little bit more, but I've been working on a lot of great stuff behind the scenes. That's why, I haven't really been on here, but I'm almost back. I've just been dropping a little bit of the internet, drop a little bit of the Gonzo, but I got some flames coming. Yes, I'm on Spotify. Doggy Diamonds No Filter is on all audio streaming platforms except for SoundCloud and Tidal, but I'm on everything else. So everything is in the description box pertaining to me. So when you get a chance, when you finish watching this video, when we done, just go below. Anything you need to know about me, Facebook, everything is right below. I thank y'all. I'm happy and I appreciate everybody who been supporting me, who been rooting for me, who been down with me, all the new people getting down. Yo, salute to y'all, man. I really, really do this for hip hop culture, and I'm just never going to be one of these suckers. You know what I'm saying? No matter how high I get on the ladder, I'm always going to remain true to myself and what I came in this game to do. I came in this game to be true to myself at all times. That's why you're never going to see me bend, fold, or break for no amount of money and for nobody. Ever, ever, ever. I will walk away before I become other than self. You know what I'm saying? And self is who I am. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can dictate who I am or who I should be. And that's what it is. So shout out to y'all. So y'all young artists out there, man, be careful. If you need some advice, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? And this episode is important. So send this out. I'm starting to get hype. I'm starting to sweat. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I love this, man. And I love talking to y'all about real stuff. So with that, I'm Doggy Diamonds, man. I'm out of here. Peace. Oh, and before I go, I think the cartoon want to tell y'all something. Yeah, as always, I'm out of here. Peace. You are now watching Doggy Diamonds TV. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also, you want to hit the bell so you can get all notifications of when I'm going live or when I upload new content. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment on this channel. Peace.